This is Arise News. We interrupt this program for a live event.
Thank you very much. May God in His infinite mercy continue to bless our great country, Nigeria. A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajim. Bismillahir rahmanir rahim. Wa sallallahu ala nabiyil karim. Your Excellency, the Executive Governor of Kebbi State, Comrade Dr. Nasru Idris Kauran Gwandu, Your Excellency, the Honorable Minister of Works, Chief David Omahi, Your Excellency, the Honorable Minister of Budget and Economic Planning, Distinguished Senator Abubakar Atiku Bagudu Matawal Gwandu, Distinguished Senator Muhammad Adamu Aleru, the Honorable Members, House of Representatives here with us, Honorable Speaker, Kebbi State House Assembly, Honorable Members, Kebbi State House of Assembly here with us, Chief Judge and Randikadi,
the Honorable Members, Kebbi State House of Assembly, the Secretary to Kebbi State Government, the Acting Head of Service, Distinguished Senator Mamadou Magoro, Galadima
Zuru, various head of security outfits here in Kebbi State, permanent secretaries, head of boards and other parole and state parastatals here with us, our royal fathers here present, the executive members of All Progressive Congress Kebbi State Chapter, other top politicians, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. Let me foremost welcome you all to this historic occasion. For today, we have converged here at Gulumbe Town for the flag off of the construction of the 258-kilometer, 3-lane single carriageway, a component of the 1,068-kilometer Kebbi-Badagry Superhighway, which will inshallah be performed by His Excellency, the Executive Governor of Kebbi State, Comrade Dr. Nasru Idris Kauran Gwandu, in company of the Honorable Minister of Works. Without much ado, I would like to seize this opportunity before we proceed to invite my attention is just drawn that the Minister for Works is right here with us. Alhaji Muhammad Bello Goranyo, sir, you are most welcome to this occasion. I would like to welcome you all once again to this very historic moment. And without much ado, I would like to invite for an opening prayer the Special Advisor to His Excellency on Religious Affairs, Sheikh Imran Ibn Abdurrahman, to come forward here and lead us with an opening prayer. The advisor, please. In the absence of the advisor, I would like to invite the Assistant PRO, All Progressive Congress, Kebbi State Chapter, to help us with an opening prayer.
صلوا على نبي الكريم اللهم صل على محمد وعلى ال محمد كما صليت على ابراهيم وعلى ال ابراهيم في العالمين انك حميد مجيد اللهم انا نسالك خير ما سالك من عبدك ونبيك محمد صلى الله عليه وسلم ونعوذ بك من شر ما استعاذك منه عبدك ونبيك محمد صلى الله عليه وسلم ربنا آتنا في الدنيا حسنه وفي الاخره حسنه وقنا عذاب النار سبحان ربك رب العزه عما يصفون وسلام على المرسلين والحمد لله رب
العالمين. The Assistant PRO for that opening prayer. Your Excellencies, distinguished guests, before we proceed, I would like to invite the SA Media to the Honorable Minister for Works to come forward and introduce properly the members of the entourage of the Honorable Minister.
Your Excellencies, without wasting your time, I would like to reintroduce the Honorable Minister of Works, two-time Governor of Ebonyi State, who has led a delegation of government functionaries to this epoch-making event. Your Excellency, you are welcome. Let me, at this point, mention that the Honorable Minister of State for Works is here, although he has been mentioned. Honorable Barrister Bello Muhammad Gonyi, you are welcome. With the former distinguished Senator Alero has been introduced, but let me reintroduce him for the sake of the function he's performing here. We want to welcome you, sir, distinguished Senator Adamu Alero, Vice Chair of the Senate Committee in charge of Works. Let me at this point welcome and recognize the Vice Chair of the House of Reps Committee on Works, Honorable Architect Osman Banye. We have a host of other honorable members. But let me at this point, and finally, introduce the Deputy Whip of the 10th Senate, Barrister Onyekachi Peter Nwebonyi, who is also a member of the Senate. We have a host of directors that are here with the Honorable Minister and other dignitaries, including the contractors themselves. You are welcome once again. Thank you, Your Excellency.
JSA Media to the Honorable Minister, introduction of the entourage. Wasting much of our time, I would like to quickly invite the Honorable Commissioner, Kebbi State Ministry for Works, Honorable Engineer Abdullahi Umar Farouk Muslim, to come forward for a welcome address. The Commissioner, sir.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم والصلاة والسلام على أشرف الأنبياء سيدنا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه ومن والاه بإحسان إلى يوم الدين. Your Excellency, the Executive Governor of Kebbi State, Mr. Bulldozer, and the representative of His Excellency, the President of this great nation, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, Your Excellency, the Honorable Minister of Works, Chief Engineer David Omahi, Your Excellency, former Governor of Kebbi State, Alhaji Senator Adamu Aleru, former Governor of Kebbi State, my brother Alhaji Abubakar Atiku Bagudu. Your Royal Highness is here, and permit me to sign on the existing established protocol. Members of the press, ladies and gentlemen, Assalamu alaikum. I am highly privileged as the Commissioner of Works to welcome all that are here that represent the spirit of Kebbi State to this very important epoch-making event. The flag of Sokoto Badagry Superhighway, a project which has been on the pipeline 5 decades ago. A project which stands not only to unite Africa, but to improve the economic status of African people, particularly the Northwest, our own Northwest. This corridor starts from Ilela, come down our own land in Kebbi State, from Kwaido. It comes down to Argungu. It comes down to Dalejan. It comes down to Gulumbe. And Gulumbe, inshallah, has a special place in this project. It is one of the interchange substations. What it means, all over the environment, from Niger, from everywhere, they will converge here, bring their goods and everything, and pick up from here. This is a super park which will serve the service of carrying all the goods, all the people to Lagos. So it is an economic hub from today. We thank you very much, Mr. President. We thank you very much, David Omahi, the friends of the North. Ladies and gentlemen, after this, it will continue. It will go down to Bulasaya, near Birnin Kebbi. It will proceed to Dakingari. It will proceed to Kwasara. Kwasara 2 is a substation, which will serve the other area. From there to Bagudo, and then it will go to the border, Kaoje, Buya, and to Kwara State. Mr. President, we thank you very much, and we welcome everybody. I don't want to waste much of our time and allow the program to go. Thank you very much and welcome.
Thank you very much. Please, going forward, just 2 minutes, no protocol. Engineer Bakare, please. Can you come? Or rather, Engineer Musa first. Engineer Musa, please. Engineer Musa and Bakare, just come to 2 minutes. Engineer Musa is the director in charge of highways and design. Is actually representing the director.
Assalamu alaikum, Jama. In order to continue with the Honorable Commissioner for Works, as we all know that this Sokoto-Badagry Road is a TTS, Trade, Transport and Security Green Corridor, the alignment that will follow is inclusive of Tilame, Bayawa, Wali Company, and the interchange at Oregungu, Dalijam, Moro Town, Gulumbe. Sorry if I made mistake in some of the names. Your Excellency, I'm sorry. If you follow Ungwasanda, Kimba, Hori, Giro, Meitabari, Wamba, Kaoji, and it end at Buya, which is Kebbi and the Niger State border. And the total kilometer that we cover in Kebbi State is 258 kilometers. Your Excellency, this alignment will be constructed in the same category as we did on Lagos-Calabar Coastal Road, because the same contractor that did the trouble zone of Apapa Oshodi will do this road, which is High-Tech Construction Nigeria Limited, and they will do it on, we design it on rigid pavement. Your Excellency, I believe by the time the construction of this road starts, everybody will praise Mr. President and Engineer David Umai. Thank you, Your Excellency.
Next is the Director of Highways, Construction and Rehabilitation, Engineer Bakare.
I welcome us all to this all-important occasion, and I want to be permitted to stand on the already established protocol. We were in Sokoto yesterday to perform a similar function, which is a record-breaking construction of a highway that is over 1,000 kilometers in length. It's not every day that you see this kind of construction. In addition to what the director design has said, the director design happened to have worked tirelessly and assiduously with our Honorable Minister, whom a lot of people do not know that he is not only a minister, but is an active engineer and a fellow of the Nigerian Society of Engineers. I want you to know that we're here today because he has spent several nights and days to make this design come to fruition. Now we are here to flag off and go to the next phase, which is construction of this all-important road, which is going to facilitate trade, transportation, and security, to mention but a few. This road is 258 kilometers in the Kebbi axis. The section we flagged up yesterday was 120. We're talking about 378 in all. We're still going to 1,068 kilometers. And I want you to know that the Honorable Minister, you'll be surprised, can tell you all the towns from Sokoto to Lagos haven't worked with the consultants to get the best route and to get the best design for this road. I don't want to say some of the things we will still come here to tell you, because this road, we have chosen it to be on concrete so that it can last a minimum of 50 years. There won't be issue of maintenance and maintenance and maintenance. This road is going to last and serve the people. And as he used to tell us, this is not just a road. This is an investment. Investment in the sense that when you consider the total number of materials that will be used in the construction of this road, we're talking about several tons of steel, several tons of cement, millions of liters of diesel, millions of liters of bitumen, and the personnel direct and indirect, that will be involved, you will know that right from the beginning, this road is going to improve the economic stature of Nigeria and the people of the towns that are affected in particular. I want to thank you all for being here, and we want to solicit your support in being with our contractors that will be working on this road such that they will feel at home and this road can be completed in record time. Thank you all.
Thank you very much. Now it is the turn of the Chief Accounting Officer of the Federal Ministry of Works, our own Yakubu Adam Kofaramata, PhD. Please, a round of applause for him. The Permanent Secretary, Federal Ministry of Works, you are welcome, sir.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقهوا قولي. Your Excellency, Mr. President, sir, ably represented by Excellency, the Executive Governor of Kebbi State, Your Excellency, Honorable Minister of Works, Chief Engineer David Nweze Umahi, please permit me to stand on already established protocol, sir. Thank you. Yesterday, of ceremony of this an all-important superhighway starting from Elela to terminate at Badagry. This important highway has demonstrated the resolve, the fight, the spirit, the oneness and togetherness of Nigeria as one entity. This superhighway has also demonstrated that wherever you are, the question of your tribe, religion is not there. The president of the country is the president of Nigeria. The Honorable Minister of Works has demonstrated beyond reasonable human doubt, as already announced by the Honorable Commissioner of Works, Kebbi State. He's a son and a friend of the North. While our dear President and Commander-in-Chief is not only a son, he is also a title holder, the Jagaba of the whole North, the Jagaba of Nigeria. The only thing we can do right now to my people, please, I beg you, continue to pray for Mr. President, continue to pray for our leaders, continue to pray for the progress, peace, and security of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. I don't know whether you observed, this superhighway that is being constructed, it started from Lagos to Calabar. People were thinking that that is how it ends. Now it has moved from Calabar through Ebonyi, through Kogi, up to Abuja. Another 4. It did not only end here, there. This has moved from Abuja to Kaduna to Kano. I don't know whether you observed. Can you see the connection? From Kano, if you don't know, it has moved to Zaria, Zaria to Funtua, Funtua up to Sokoto. Sokoto is now moving back again up to Lagos. Please, kindly clap for Mr. President. It takes only a genius to even think and look at it from that direction. David Umahi is an engineer of high repute, a fellow of the Nigerian Society of Engineers. He does this, he sits down, honestly, at times when he sits down to review these drawings, I'll be looking at him. And I will tell you one secret. He has a computer brain. He doesn't forget. May God Almighty continue to bless the Federal Republic of Nigeria. May God Almighty stand and be with Mr. President and our elders and leaders, David Umar. God Almighty, be with them. To the people around this axis, I want to tell you something. Minister of Budget, the son of the soil, former governor of Kebbi State, anything, honestly, if I tell you what he has done to make sure that this project has come to fruition, you will not believe it. It's all out every day, meeting with the Honorable Minister of Finance, meeting with the Minister of Works to ensure that this project takes up and enough funding is provided. Sir, God bless you. To all of us that are here, we pray for the betterment of Nigeria, for the success of Nigeria, and for our leaders to also succeed. Allah ka yi kowa gidan shi lafiya. Thank you so very much.
Thank you.
Again, invite to the podium the Honorable Minister and National Planning, two-time governor of Kebbi State, a senator who has qualified as GSM, a very powerful leader in Kebbi State. We invite you, Your Excellency, to come and speak to your people. His Excellency Atiku Bagudu, CON. You are welcome, Your Excellency.
Your Excellency, Mr. President, President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu, ably represented by my brother, the Kebbi State Governor, today, who is wearing double cap as representative of His Excellency, Mr. President, and in his capacity as the Governor of Kebbi State, Dr. Nasiru Idris Kaurang Gwandu. Distinguished senators and members of the House of Reps, in particular the senator representing Kebbi Central, Senator Mohammed Adamu Aleru, the chairman of the two committees, the members, other members of the National Assembly, Honorable Minister, my dear brother, His Excellency Engineer David Nweze Umahi, whom the PAMSEC described as a computer brain. And I can testify to that because this is somebody whom we have gone a long way. At one time, we are competing in rice production. And now he sees with this project, nobody can match Kebbi. The Honorable Minister designate in the Ministry of Works, Minister of State, but currently Minister of State, Water Resources, Engineer Bello Goronyo, Right Honorable Speaker, Kebbi State House of Assembly, SSG, and members of the Kebbi State Executive Council, distinguished the representative of the Emir of Gwandu, the Emir of Argungu, and other representatives that are here, party leaders, our father, Senator Muhammad Mogoro, representatives of the company, other stakeholders. Let me, for want of time, Permanent Secretary, Federal Minister of Works, and the team, let me, for want of time, breach the protocol and respect all. Today, like I said yesterday, Sokoto is another very, very memorable and remarkable day in the history of our country, because President Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu campaigned on a renewed hope agenda. And when he campaigned going around, he promised that he will be a president for all. He will include all. All parts of Nigeria are equal to him, for him. And yesterday, we saw further evidence of that, because the permanent secretary, Yakubu Kofo-Mata, reminded us that in May, we were in Lagos, where the Lagos to Calabar coastal highway was flagged off by Mr. President himself. Yesterday, we were at Ilela, and today we are in Kebbi for the Sokoto Superhighway. Yesterday, I remarked at Sokoto that I have been to each state where Mr. President had campaigned, both in the south and in the north. And I was then chairman of the Progressive Governors Forum. I was very keen to note all the major requests, so that if, as we believe, God in his infinite blessing will make crown Mr. President as our president, we will remember those promises we made. I didn't remember any state where he was asked for Lagos Coastal Highway. I didn't remember any state where he was asked for Sokoto, Ilela, Calabar. Yes, it might have been, they might have been on the drawing board, but my remark yesterday was, in his transformative and profound mindset, he believed that these are projects that will contribute to the transformation of Nigeria. And therefore, without prompting, he makes them among the priority items of this administration. That is commendable, and we thank him. Mr. President, and the renewed hope agenda he is leading have made it very clear that leadership is about vision, is about a greater vision for the future, not about today. Our economy is challenged like that of many countries in the world. We have been challenged with security, but the corner has been turned. Many places, including Ilela, where we went yesterday, will have been difficult for one to go and do that kind of ceremony sometimes ago. The economy, as challenged as it is, in Mr. President's wisdom, should not stop us from investing in the future. This is an investment in the future. Many of you here have been to countries where they see similar roads, some in the Western world, some in the Middle East, Dubai. A lot of people in Kebbi travel to Saudi Arabia, for example, for the Hajj. And between Jeddah and Mecca, they see what a superhighway looks like. They can see economic activity. Even the longer stretch from Medina to Mecca is also a superhighway. Superhighway is not just a road where you pass. It's a corridor of economic activity, particularly for a state like Kebbi, where, name it, whether it is agriculture, whether it is farming, whether it is fishing, whether it is livestock, whether it is solid minerals, whether it is processing, we are also showing our way. So this road is an investment into the future, and we thank Mr. President for keeping promises, including the ones that have not been asked of him. He's a visionary, and Nigeria will be the better for it. I'm also very, very glad that all all these things that are happening in Kebbi are happening under a very, very able leader that also because in addition to what he's doing to transform the state very commendably, great things are happening. And we should thank God when great things happen under a leader's time. My brother, Dr. Nasiru Idris, I congratulate you. And you are a blessing to our state. Not only are we having the Kebbi-Badagry Superhighway, but Mr. President have responded to your requests. Today, contract for Malandwara has been awarded. The contract for Bui to Kamba, not in Bui Kamba, have been approved by the Federal Executive Council. The contract for Zaria Kalakala Besi to Koko Junction has also been awarded. Congratulations. Birni Yauri to Amanawa is also under construction. Congratulations. Equally, it is reported just last week that the Koko Road, which you have negotiated with the contractors and the Federal Ministry of Works, is now in the process of being awarded by the state government. Your Excellency, I don't want to talk about the value of all these works because it will make some people jealous. But I can say that the federal government, under the able leadership of Asuwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu, have treated Kebbi as the first among states. We thank you for your leadership. We congratulate you. Of course, this couldn't have been possible without the support of many. The National Assembly members approved the Renewed Hope Infrastructure Fund, which for this road guarantees the source of funding. So we thank all National Assembly members, in particular our own members of the National Assembly, senators and House of Reps members, and the chairman of the committee. Equally, in execution of all this, Mr. President relies on the brilliance and capacity of the Minister of Works and his team. And this country is blessed to have Engineer David Nwoze Umahi as the Minister of Works. Anybody who visited the Ebonyi during, as he was then His Excellency Nwoze, will know in no short time that he has visited the state led by an engineer. So today, Mr. President recognized that, appreciated him, and he's saying, come, let us do it at the national level. With the permanent secretary and all his competent team, including my son, Imam Kashim Imam. They are doing a wonderful job, and we thank them. I also want to appreciate the contracting company, High Tech Engineering. They have done this before in many places in Nigeria and elsewhere, and we are certain they will do a better job than even what they have did in record time. We thank you. We thank everyone who gives support to Mr. President and who is giving support to the execution of these laudable jobs. I congratulate and thank the people of Kebbi State. Yesterday in Sokoto, I ended my remark by saying, zan ci ma mutanen Sokoto albasa, in case Sokoto is for APC. Nan ba sai na ci albasa ba. even though it is all over the place from Aleru to Gulumbe, there's enough albasa to eat, but I don't have to do that. I can proudly say, in the presence of the representative of the Emir of Gondu, representative of the Emir of Argungu, Alhaji Muhammad Samaila Mera, representatives of other emirs, our distinguished senators, our fathers, Senator Muhammadu Mogoro, most especially the Speaker and our governor, very able, capable, competent governor, Dr. Nasiru Idris. Kebbi is not only for APC, Kebbi is for Asuwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu and Dr. Nasiru Idris. We have seen the result of following a good leader. May God bless him, and also, of course, my brother in the presence of the party leaders, especially the organizing secretary, Dr. Suleiman Mohammed Argungu and Engineer Abubakar Kana. I thank you for giving me this opportunity, and we congratulate you, Your Excellency. We thank our brother, Engineer David Mahi, for keeping to promise, which was made in July. We are still awaiting Mr. President's personal visit. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Thank you very much, the former governor of Kebbi State, the Senator Abubakar Atiku Bagudu. Please, let's put our hands together for the Honorable Minister. Your Excellencies, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, let me at this point in time invite the former governor of Kebbi State and right now a senator at Kebbi Central, distinguished Senator Muhammadu Adamu Aleru Sion, to come forward for a 2-minute remarks as a goodwill message, sir.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Wa sallallahu ala nabiyil kareem. Your Excellency, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, very ably represented by His Excellency, the Governor of Kebbi State, Dr. Nasir Gondu. Your Excellency, the Executive Governor, the former Executive Governor of Ebonyi State, my friend, Engineer David Mwozi, Your Excellency, the former Governor of Kebbi State, and also the Minister of Budget and National Planning. Honorable Minister of State for Works, my dear friend and brother, Deputy Whip of the Senate, Your Highness, Mayor of Argungu, the Speaker, Kebbi State House of Assembly, the Permanent Secretary, Ministry of Works. Let me, for want of time, adopt the protocol already well established. Let me start by first and foremost commending Mr. President, Commander-in-Chief, His Excellency Bola Ahmed Tinubu, for making this dream come true. As far back as 1978, this contract was awarded. Unfortunately, during the Second Republic, due to differences between politicians, the project was stalled or scuttled. And government after government, they promised to revive this project. Even when President Obasanjo won his second term, 2003, I could recall that three of us, the governor of Kebbi, myself, governor of Sokoto, Bafarawa, and the governor of Zamfara State, we went and saw President Obasanjo and asked him to revisit Badagry Sokoto Road. He told us all what happened. And he said he is committed in doing that. But unfortunately, after the time he left office, nothing happened. And since then, nobody has had anything about this road till President Bola Ahmed Tinubu was in office. We were here in Kebbi in July to unveil the project. Some people thought we were joking, because if the country is facing severe economic crisis, how come government would get money to start this project? I didn't believe what people were saying, because I know President Bola Ahmed Tinubu is somebody that kept his promise. So today, we are here to fulfill that promise, and I must appreciate and commend him for doing that. On behalf of the entire people of Kebbi State, Sokoto State, Zamfara State, Niger, Kwara, Oyo, and even Lagos State, I want to express our profound appreciation to Mr. President for fulfilling this promise. This is not just another superhighway. It is more than a highway, in the sense that along the road, there will be dams that will be constructed by federal government as a complement. And these dams are going to be used for irrigation purposes. And there will be massive agricultural production wherever these dams are going to be constructed. This means there will be food security. There will be agro-allied industries that will be established, and people will get employment both in agriculture and also in agro-allied industries. This has never happened in the history of Nigeria. When you talk of 1,068 kilometers, I don't think people are appreciating this very well, because if you are constructing 1,068 kilometers of superhighway, it means if we take a single lane, it will be times 3. And that will give you over 3,000 kilometers of road. This has never happened in Nigeria. And I thought I should explain this to the people. I could remember as Minister of the superhighway into the city. We are taking it on the basis of single road and said we are constructing well over 100 kilometers. But in actual sense, if you go by that estimation, it's not up to that. So we are going to get about 3,200 kilometers of this is very, very commendable. And coming to the issue of insecurity, this is one way to fight insecurity. Along the corridor, the once you are employed, there is no question of going into banditry or insurgency. So President Bola Ahmed Tinubu is using both kinetic and non-kinetic measures to ensure that Nigeria is secure. And we should commend him for doing that. Now, coming to the governor of Kebbi State, we all know what is happening in Birnin Kebbi. We have seen a lot of development, particularly urban roads. Street lights have been on 24-hour basis because they are using solar street lights. They are of modern technology. They are not the normal street light we are used to.
I'm from PDP. He is from APC. But as far as development is concerned, once politics is over, we all have to shrink our differences and face governance. And I feel that we have to commend him for doing what he's doing. I understand he was in Argungu about 4 or 5 days ago to do the same thing he is doing in Kebbi. He's also similarly doing the same thing in Yahudi, and hopefully he will go to Zuru and replicate whatever he's doing here. So we must commend him for doing all this, and I sincerely hope that other towns and villages will also benefit from his administration. Regardless of whether somebody votes for you or not, once you are elected, you are a leader for all. You are not leader just for people that elected you. No. You leave that during electionary campaign or during election. After election, you sink your differences and concentrate on development. And this is what Arangodu is doing. We commend him for doing that. When we receive invitation to come for this flag off, all members of the National Assembly elected, either on the platform of APC or PDP, they all agreed to come. But unfortunately, due to pressing national issues, Senator Abdullahi Haya and Senator Garam Medoki were unable to come to Kebbi. They said, as far as they are concerned, if I'm here, I'm equally representing them. So if you don't see them coming, I'm representing them. I have their full mandate to represent them and state all what I have stated. The views I express are not merely my own. They are also that senators elected on the platform of PDP representing Kebbi State. Once more, I thank the Honorable Minister of Works for doing what he's doing. I could recall myself and Dr. Yahya, Senator Yahya, we were in his office to ask him about Superhighway road, because we heard it as a rumor, and he confirmed to us that Mr. President has already given him marching order to go and start design. And immediately the design is completed, he will award the contract. We were highly elated when we had this. And we came and started telling our people that, look, Superhighway road is going to be completed.
The world's standout news channel. Proudly independent for more than a decade. Always bold, always fresh. Winner of several awards, local and global. Winner of TV Channel of the Year from peers at the Broadcasting Organizations of Nigeria Awards. Winner of an Emmy from America's National Academy of Television Arts and Sciences. Still, we're changing the conversation to make sense of your world. We'll do it together, because now more than ever, you need a clear voice to guide you home. Arise News, awards and beyond.
Knowledge is power. Information is currency. Trust us to tell you what you need to hear. Welcome to the program. You're with Arise News in Nigeria's capital, Abuja. Breaking news, exclusive interviews, unrivaled analysis. It's you, the audience, who drives our agenda. We tell the stories that inform you, the stories that are important to you, and the stories that are about you. We are not every news channel. We are Arise News.
Politician. MKO. Victoria. Adiola.
Stand back from me, please.
We're right at the premises of the Vehicle Inspection Office.
And you can see cars being burnt, buildings razed.
You can see the smoke, the fire, the way it is going on.
The level of poverty is almost unimaginable.
The Morning Show. We never stop talking about the things that matter to you.
Quiet on set, please. We're going live in 3, 2, 1.
You're watching Arise, the world's standout news channel. Proudly independent for more than a decade. Always bold, always fresh. Winner of several awards, local and global. Winner of TV Channel of the Year from peers at the Broadcasting Organizations of Nigeria Awards. Winner of an Emmy from America's National Academy of Television Arts and Sciences. Still, we're changing the conversation to make sense of your world. We'll do it together, because now more than ever, you need a clear voice to guide you home. Arise News, awards and beyond.
Every moment matters. Every decision. Every moment of courage. Every act of kindness. Every declaration of war is made by someone, somewhere. Arise Newsnight analyzes the decisions that affect all of our lives.
A very warm welcome to you. This is Newsnight. Every night, we bring you the moments that matter, from the top to the bottom, and in every corner of our country. We bring you a focused agenda from Nigeria, Africa, and beyond. Focus on what's important with Arise Newsnight.
politician.
MKO. Victoria. Adiola.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم وصلى الله على نبي الكريم. Your Excellency, the Executive Governor of Kebbi State, Comrade Dr. Nasir Idris Kauran Gwandu, who doubles as the representative of the CNC, Bola Ahmed Tinubu, the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, my brother, the Honorable Minister of Works, Engineer David Umahi, distinguished senators and members of the National Assembly, Honorable Minister of Budget and that of Works, the Honorable Speaker, His Royal Highness the Emir of Argungu. For lack of time, let me send up the existing protocol. Your Excellency, I'm extremely delighted to stand before you on this August occasion in October for the flag off of this Superhighway from Ilela to Badagry that cut across in Kebbi State, having the largest portion of the 1,068 kilometers. We want to thank you and thank Mr. President on behalf of the national leadership of the ruling party. We want to thank Mr. President for fulfilling all the promises he made during the campaign of the New Hope. On behalf of the national leadership of our great party, the All Progressive Congress, we want to thank Mr. President for this road and all other roads that the Minister of Budget have spoken that have been awarded for our state. Equally, we want to thank him again for all the roads and other works that have been approved at the Permanent Secretary Federal Ministry of Works that enumerated, which we believe after completion it will improve the load and the economy of this country. On behalf of the national leadership of the party, we remain behind you, our president, and we want to ensure you that we will continue to support you, support your policies for the good people of Nigeria. May God bless us and bless our country. Let the governor and all the good people of Kebbi State for having this road at this present time during the reign of Dr. Nasir Kauran Gwandu as the governor of Kebbi State. Congratulations. Thank you, Your Excellency, the National Organizing Secretary of our great party. Let me, at this point, invite the Honorable Minister of State for Works, Honorable Barrister Muhammad Bello Goronyo, please, for your special remarks at this point. We welcome you, Your Excellency.
أعوذ بالله السميع العليم من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم وصلى الله على نبي الكريم. Your Excellency, Mr. President, Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, ably represented here by our dear brother, the Governor of Kebbi State, Engineer Nasiru, my boss, the Honorable Minister of Works, His Excellency Chief Dr. Engineer David Umahi, the members of the Senate, particularly the principal officers of the Senate and House of Representatives, Honorable Minister Alhaji Atiku Bagudu, Your Royal Highnesses, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, Your Excellency, permit me to stand on the existing protocols already established. Your Excellencies, gentlemen, today's event mark the beginning of another milestone in our journey of bringing the renewed hope and implementing the agenda of our President, Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu. I was privileged, Your Excellency, to be part of the campaign council of our dear President. Then I was Secretary of the Northwest Zone of the APC and Director Youth Mobilization for this zone. We have crisscrossed this country, particularly this zone, and there were a lot of promises made. But as said by my predecessor, or my dear brother, the Minister of Budget and Economic Planning, there was nowhere His Excellency Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu mentioned the issue of Lagos-Badagry Express Road or Lagos-Badagry Sokoto Superhighway. This project was abandoned since in the 70s, but because Mr. President has a lot of commitment, has a lot of patriotism, have a lot of passion to the people of this country, he decided to embark on this laudable project. And he said, this is a project, this is the promise kept. We thank our dear President for being a uniter, patriotic, and who is here to serve Nigeria at all costs. When we came on board, Mr. President reminded us that we are taking a big task of drawing water in an empty well. And we have seen it all. But because Mr. President has already decided and committed his mind towards this project of taking Nigeria to prosperity, he has not retracted any step. He's pursuing his renewed hope agenda, and the renewed hope agenda is all about putting smiles to the people of Nigeria. So, our dear Governor, we have heard and we have seen a number of transformative projects which are geared toward aligning with the renewed hope agenda. We ask you and urge you to continue to do more to the service of the people of Kebbi State. To my dear Minister, my boss, I want to say that we are lucky to have you as the Minister of Works, because you are using all your experience, skills, and knowledge to bear in the discharge of your assignment. It's not only because you are an engineer, but how meticulously you pursue your memos in the chamber, in the cabinet chamber. There is no way Dr. Engineer David Umahi comes to move his motion in the chamber without scaling through. No matter what, he will dribble, and score the goal. I'm happy to be part of your team, to work with you for the unity and progress of this country. Thank you very much. To all those who contributed to the success of this flag off, I wish to thank you very much, and may Almighty God take us back to our various destinations. Thank you and God bless.
Thank you very much, the Honorable Minister for State, for that wonderful remarks. Well, right now, I would like to crave your indulgence to please listen attentively as I invite to the podium our father, His Royal Highness the Emir of Gwandu, who happens to be the chairman, Kebbi State Council of Chiefs, Major General Muhammadu Ilyasu, CFR MNI, who is ably represented at this occasion by his vice, the Emir of Argungu, His Royal Highness Alhaji Samaila Muhammad Mera, CON. Your Royal Highness, it is time for you to speak to a people.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. والصلاة والسلام على رسول الله. His Excellency, the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, ably represented by our Governor, His Excellency Dr. Nasir Idris, Jigon Kebbi, Mak Orongondo, distinguished Minister of Works, our brother, distinguished Minister of Budget and National Planning, distinguished senators, invited important personalities present here. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh. I would like to join House speakers to commend and thank Mr. President for dusting the papers and bringing this project to life. On behalf of the entire traditional institution of Kebbi State, we say thank you, Mr. President, and may Allah continue to guide you, preserve you, and give you good health to continue these laudable projects we are doing for the benefit of our people. In the same vein, we also want to congratulate the entire people of Kebbi State, and in particular our governor, in whose time this very important project is happening. Many past speakers have mentioned the long-term benefits of this project. For me, I also see very immediate economic impact or importance of this project, which will be witnessed by all communities where this project will pass through. There will be immediate employment opportunities. There will be immediate business opportunity for small-scale businesses from Maituo to Mekunu and Mepose, wherever this project passes. There will also be business opportunity for tenants, people who had the property, where I believe workers on this project, laborers and supervisors would want to be accommodated. So the benefits is starting right from the day this project is starting. Overall, only God knows how much this will bring into our community. We are happy and delighted and so grateful to Almighty Allah for the opportunity to witness the beginning of this project. And may He keep us alive to witness its end. We thank everybody who is here today and everyone who has anything to do with the realization of this very wonderful project that has been in our papers, in our books for a very long time. We welcome you, we thank you, and pray for God's continuous guidance and protection for our President and the entire leadership of our country. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh.
Thank you very much, Your Highness. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. There is only one man in the history as the Senator of the Federal Republic within 3 months. That person is a very good friend of Kebbi State. I'm inviting the Honorable Minister of Works, His Excellency Senator Engineer Mweze David Omahi, Commander Order of the Niger, to speak to the people of Kebbi State. Your Excellency, sir.
Your Excellency, the representative of our dear President, Dr. Ahmed Tinubu, GTFR, ably represented today in this occasion by his own very dear son, the amiable governor of Kebbi State, His Excellency Dr. Nasir Idris Wandu, the peaceful governor of Kebbi State. The Speaker, Kebbi Assembly, Your Excellency, the former governor of Kebbi State, who is a very performing Honorable Minister of Budgets and Economic Planning. Your Excellency, my dear brother and friend, the former governor of Kebbi State, His Excellency Senator Aliero, the leader, one of the leaders of the 10th Senate, who is also my son, the Deputy Chief Whip of the Senate of Federal Republic of Nigeria, Senator Barrister Weboyin. My son again, the Deputy Chairman of Works, very hardworking son of mine, who is representing the Chairman of Works of the House of Representatives. Our father, royal father that just spoke to us, the representative of the Emir, His Excellency, the former Deputy Governor of Kebbi State, who is the National Organizing Secretary, very performing, humble National Organizing Secretary of our APC. My dear brother, the brand new Minister of Works State, we welcome you to our community of friends in the Ministry of Works. All the former senators that are here, my very hard-working permanent secretary, Dr. Yakubu Kofamata, our directors that are here, Federal Ministry of Works, the SSAs to Mr. President, Northwest and Southeast, thank you for accompanying us. I believe that you stay back to engage the communities along the route of this project. And the SSAs on security, my dear brothers and sisters, the National Assembly members that are here, in particular the House of Representatives Committee of Works. Please, you know, Senator Bagudu says, I do well in roads, so it's not possible to do well in protocol. So let me stand on protocol established by my brother and in-law, Senator Bagudu Atiku Abubakar. Thank you very much. Let me bring warm greetings of our dear President, the President, Federal Republic of Nigeria, His Excellency Senator Bola Ahmed Tinubu, to the good people of Kebbi State, and in particular his own son, the very performing, the very uniting, the peaceful governor of Kebbi State, His Excellency Dr. Nasir Comrade Idris Wandu. Your Excellency, the governors, the Mr. President said I should thank you very much for the peace and progress of Kebbi State. We are here today to flag off the construction of a section in Kebbi State of the 1,068 kilometer of the Sokoto-Badagry. And let me lay the foundation. This project was dreamt of by the Shagari administration, the former president, civilian president. And that was 48 years ago. 48 years ago. And no president after him, nor even during the time of the dream, but the person that dreamt it, we must recognize the person. But no action was taken. until Mr. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu came on board. And like Senator Atiku Abubakar Bagudu said, it was an unsolicited, gigantic project. During his campaign, like he said, nobody asked for any of these 4 legacy projects. We have the Sokoto-Badagry. And let me tell you, at that time, what President Shagari dotted the project to be was Badagry-Sokoto, which means that the starting point was to be at Badagry. It was President Bola Ahmed Tinubu that changed it to Sokoto-Badagry. And he deserves our prayers, he deserves our appreciation, he deserves us to key into his vision and missions. Because he had seen that this project, the 4 legacy projects, and I tell you, the Sokoto-Badagry, the Lagos-Calabar, the Transhara, from Southeast to Benue to Kogi to Nasarawa to Abuja, and lastly the 4th one, from Abuja to Akwanga to Jos to Bauchi to Abuja, Akwanga, Jos, Bauchi, and Gombe. These 4 legacy projects, nobody asked Mr. President to do any of them. The Lagos-Calabar, he was the one that dreamt of it 25 years ago, and God has given him the grace to actualize it. Let me also say that at a time, Mr. President forgot about even the 2 other legacy projects. Even in fact, it will be Sokoto-Badagry. Sokoto-Badagry. I was afraid he was going to forget the Transhara. I was afraid he was going to forget about the Abuja, Akwanga, Jos, Gombe. And while he was resting, this was the only project that he called to say, go and start the construction and I will visit at later dates. We have to appreciate Mr. President very highly. And his own wisdom, the 4th legacy project, he has put in it as one of the 2 projects he asked for facility to actualize. And in his own wisdom, he was the one who called, where is the Transhara project? Bring it to approval for the process. We must put our hands together to clap for our dear president. Let me emphasize that these 4 legacy projects are not just road projects. They are investment that has very high yield on ROI. That's return on investment. This Sokoto-Badagry has 68 dams that will trigger off mega agricultural revolution within the corridor of this project. These dams is for irrigation. We are also going to have a lot of wind energy. We are going to improve on a lot of agriculture within the corridor. We will acquire land within the corridor. And let me also emphasize that this project is 6 lane of 2 carriageway. And there is a train track, which means that we are having train running from Sokoto down to Badagry. Let me also emphasize that the president is also heading and spearheading the Lagos-Abidjan road, which is 1,050 kilometers. And so you see Sokoto-Badagry, Badagry to Abidjan is going to be a revolution. Put our hands together for our dear president. Yesterday at Ilela, we flagged off the project, the construction. Of course, the governor of Sokoto State represented Mr. President. And let me use the opportunity to thank the governor of Sokoto State for the warm reception and a very beautiful outing we had at Ilela. And I was very surprised. The atmosphere in Ilela, when people talk about insecurity, there was no single security in that place. And we are very, very happy. The contractor has promised they are going to start construction in at least 2 sections, and they will be all independent. And this place, they have said that they will start in 3 sections. But the governor, who represents Mr. President today, is insisting that it must be at least in 4 sections, and they will be all independent of one another. But let me tell you something. You know, this project is supposed to last for 36 months. But with the combined force of the budget minister, who is from here, and the son of the president, who is the governor of Kebbi State, we are working very hard to push the contractors to make it 2 years, so that by the time the president comes again, after his laying ceremony, he will be able to commission this first half of it. It is 6 lanes. We are starting with 3 lanes of 1 carriageway. But then to do the other lane, we will need 4 years going from today. And so the people of Kebbi State, they know that since Mr. President is the only president who has the courage to do this, for him to complete this, put the train track, we need more than 4 years to do this. Those in support say, aye. So Kebbi will do it again in 2027 so that we will complete this. And Kebbi should know that they have to bring the highest vote, because you have the biggest section, 258. No any other section of the 4 legacy projects has this length. So it's a very big burden. In fact, you have to deliver more than me in Ebonyi State. That is the burden. Let me announce to entire Nigerians and of course to the world that we followed rigorous due process in the award of this contract. And that the choice of the contractor was through competitive bidding. We've broken no law in engaging these 4 legacy projects. My PAM secretary is a product of procurement process. He knows the procurement very well. And so we have followed due process. So those who are inviting us here and there, if we will keep all the invitation, we will not do any other work. Please conduct preliminary investigation before you start inviting us. We have plenty invitation, human rights, this and that. Come to the ministry. We will create an office where we will display all the due process, nothing to hide. And we are pleased for the support we have received. The project is executed in concrete pavement. What we are doing in other sections, in fact, the president has even directed that the Sokoto Fontua to Katsina to Kaduna Road should be done in concrete. And this will last between 50 and 100 years. We already have started concrete at Sokoto end for this project. And we are very happy. Over 12 kilometers has been done in that axis. And this project, when completed, is going to have solar light all through the entire route. It's going to have trees by the size of the road to take the carbon monoxide from the vehicles. It's going to have train track by the side. It's going to have relief stations, that's those stations, you know, from time to time where we can park our vehicles, have cold water, repair our vehicles, and we are going to have cameras, CCTV cameras. Security will no longer be on the road. They will stay within the relief stations and monitor every section of the route. We have response time. We have started that with Kebbi-Badagry route. In the next 3 weeks, we are going to roll off, and it's going to be paperless, you know, cashless, you know, tolling. Nobody will collect cash at the location. Let me commend the successful contractor very highly, you know, high tech. I'm not sure there is any part of this country that will not want what high tech is doing in Lagos. They did in Apapa Woronshoki Road on concrete. What they started in Lagos, Calabar, there is no one who will not wish that their roads are done on concrete. And that's why we have started to complete the Abuja Kano on concrete pavement. And this will be a testament of the legacies of the President, Bola Ahmed Tinubu, that he means well for the country. He's a divine president. He came on a mission, and at every time, God has always sent leaders to solve the challenging situation of their nations. God has given us one. We need to pray for him. We need to support him. We need to appreciate him. We need to be patient with him. He inherited an economy in coma. Now oxygen has been injected into the economy. The economy is growing. And so we need to appreciate. We need to know the darkest part of the night is in the dawn. We are already in the dawn. And with patience and the appreciation of the transformation that God is using him to do, we shall arrive in the morning. And the morning is a great time for this country. Let me thank very highly my brother, my in-law, the great Minister of Budget and Economic Planning. He's a man of great brain. And with his support that he has supported, he will find money that will not lack any money to do this project. I'm very grateful for the support you have shown in the road infrastructure, for your commitment, for your doggedness, for you talking to Mr. President. The greatest thing of this administration, the most visible things, among great other things the president is doing, is our ability to move from one point to the other. Let me announce that Mr. President inherited from past administration a total of 2,604 projects, totaling 13 trillion. Today, by the reason of the inflation, projects could be reviewed to not less than 16 to 17 trillions. And the 1.6 trillion completed projects and debt to the contractors. What Mr. President has done in 2024 is to use the envelope of Ministry of Works to keep all the projects alive. And that's why we didn't have the desired new projects, as many people have been coming. We want project in Ministry of Works, but we don't have. We have existing projects. And in his wisdom and his greatness and good heart, he has carried all these projects together. But today, in fact, we have agreed. We are selecting some projects, major projects within the economic corridor. We will put them forward for 2025 for completion. After 2025, we will bring another one. In stages, Mr. President will complete all these projects. Some he inherited and they have lasted for 18 years, 20 years. So what was not possible in the past, Mr. President, under his 2 tenures, be assured he will complete all these projects. Mr. Governor, thank you very much for your interest. Thank you. When you are not calling, the Speaker is calling on your behalf. We are very grateful that we are here today by the directive of Mr. President. We thank our brother and our leader, Senator Alero, for your guidance and for your great understanding and patience, with Ministry of Works. We ask the 2 committees to please be patient with us. By November, we will take you around the projects we are doing, and we appreciate the efforts of Ministry of Works, and we appreciate the great things that Mr. President is doing. Just be patient with us. And to you, the National Assembly, thank you very much for your appropriation, for your interest, for your understanding. Thank you. And to the National Security Advisor, we are grateful. He has set already a standing committee throughout the entire corridor that will help us, and they will boost the confidence of the contractors. And so the contractors, you have the support of the National Security Advisor as directed by Mr. President. And to the Chief of Army Staff, thank you very much. And to the Inspector General of Police, DGSSS, and other security agencies, thank you very, very much. To my performing PAM Secretary, the PAM Secretary meant for Ministry of Works, thank you very much. We are grateful. And to my younger brother, the new Minister of Works State, thank you and welcome on board to a very united family. We are very grateful to you. Let me finally announce that in spite of the fact that we are continuing with the real work as directed by Mr. President to complete the Abuja-Kano, the President has directed that we should repair all the potholes. And so in the next 2 weeks, you will not see any pothole between Abuja and the Kano, as directed by Mr. President. That does not stop the permanent work going on, some sections of it on concrete. And this is very important. The Akwanga, Jos, Bauchi, Gombe, people have been complaining. We've sent a committee to go and review it. And in the next 2 weeks, we are going to begin the repairing of it so that people will ride through the road without complaints. And while we wait for the permanent works through procurement. This is very important. The Sokoto, Fontua, Katsina, Kaduna is ongoing. Some of the sections have been redrawn and rescoped on concrete pavement. This is very important, and we are grateful for Mr. President. I can go on, but I must stop because of time. I want to thank you very much. I want you to give very serious cooperation to the contractor, and I want the governor to know that the Federal Executive Council directed that states should help us and pay for compensation along the corridor. You have to procure the compensation. The system whereby the federal government will do the enumeration and you pay is gone. He that pays the piper dictates the tone. So the Ministry of Housing should stop procuring any enumeration. The governors are directed by fake directive to do it. And in any case, we don't have any budget for that. And if you do that, put it in your budget, because we don't have any budget for that. We rely on the governors to do that. And even in these sections, with the budget minister who does not allow compensation in our budget, they have to know that is the governors. Let me call the contractors upstage so that I can symbolically hand them over to the governor. The contractors, please come forward. All of you, please come forward. And our directors, and PAM Secretary and Minister of State, please come forward to do the symbolic, And of course, the Minister of Budget, please come forward for us to hand them over. Please come forward here. Okay, I can do it downstairs. And they call the governor to perform the flag off. Please, the committee should come up and our father Lero. Yes. Thank you. So we have to stay so that we take pictures too. Yeah, we stay here and make some this thing. Okay. You give. Your Excellency, please come and take over your contractors. And the speaker, please join.
Well, right now, the Honorable Minister is handing over the contractors of this project to His Excellency, the Executive Governor of Kebbi State, as a symbolic, display for record. Honorable for this grand prize in making another history in the development of this country. We really appreciate you. Jama'a saurara, wato kamar yadda kuke gani a yau, hanya ce wadda mai girma shugaban ƙasa Ahmed Bola Tinubu ya ba da kwangila a yi mai hanyoyi uku wato hanya guda shida kenan tun daga Badagry ta Lagos har abin da ya kai Ilela a jihar Sokoto bakin boda. Abin da tun ɗazu shugabanninmu suke ta magana a kai shine ita dai wannan hanya idan an yi ta hanya ce da ta tsaya mutumin arewa ya sa kudancin Najeriya ba tare da wani ɓata lokaci ba a cikin ƙanƙanin lokaci. Ya ta bunƙasa shanin kasuwanci da tattalin arzikin ƙasa, za ku sauƙaƙa mana wahalhalun tafiye-tafiye, za a ci moriyar wannan hanya ta fannoni daban-daban. An yi jawabai na fatan alheri da sauran abubuwa,
yanzu kuma lokaci ne da za mu yi gayyata ga mai girma gwamnan jihar Kebbi, gwamnan Dr. Nasiru Kauran Gwandu, domin yanzu ya gabatar jawabinsa kuma ya kaddamar da wannan aiki. Your Excellency, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, it is my singular honor and privilege to at this point in time to invite His Excellency, the Executive Governor of Kebbi State, Comrade Dr. Nasiru Kauran Gwandu, Jigon Kebbi, Gamdin Yawuri, Garkuwan Zuru to the podium for his address on the platform of this historic gigantic project. Your Excellency, sir.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. The Honorable Minister of Works, Engineer, His Excellency Senator Deb Umahi, Minister of Budget and National Planning, Distinguished Senator Abubakar Atiku, former Governor, Senator, and former Minister of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, Senator Muhammad Adamu Aleru, the Minister of States, Barrister Bello Gorenyo, Chairman Senate Committee on Works and other members, Chairman House Committee on Works and other members, Permanent Secretary Federal Ministry of Works, our royal fathers, the Emir of Gondu, Argungu, Yawuri, and Zuru, Right Honorable Speaker, Kebbi State House of Assembly, and other members, the Chief Judge of Kebbi State, the representative of the Grand Kadi, Chairman of All Progressive Congress, Kebbi State, and other members of the Working Committee, His Excellency, the former Deputy Governor and the National Organizing Secretary of our great party, government, head of service, members of the State Executive Council, chairman of board and predecessors, and the chairman of local government council, the permanent secretary, Federal Ministry of Works, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, let me stand on already established protocol. On behalf of our leader, President of Federal Republic of Nigeria, Senator Bola Ahmed Tinubu, it is my honor and privilege to stand before you today, Friday, the 25th of October, occasion of the official flag of Superhighway Superhighway, the Northwest Corridor to Lagos Calabar Coastal Highway. Mr. President, we thank you for being alive to your responsibility as our leader in this our great nation. Mr. President has promised to ensure that this very big and important project that has never happened in the history of this nation has come to stay. The people of not only Kebbi, Sokoto, and Lagos, is that people of Nigeria are happy with Mr. President for ensuring that today in Kebbi, we are going to plug off this very important project. Due to time constraint, because a lot of speakers has already said it all. We that are close to Mr. President, by God's grace, we know what he can do. If he promised something, if he says something, he certainly meant it. And Mr. President has not failed Nigerians. So therefore, we want to seize this opportunity to thank Mr. President, thank members of National Executive Council, Federal Executive Council, and thank members of National Assembly for ensuring that this project has come to stay. Once more, we want to congratulate people of Kebbi State for taking lion's share of this project. We also thank Mr. President for ensuring that money is set aside for this project. And by God's grace, this project will not have suffered as far as financial implication is concerned. Also, the company that was being given has won this contract. We want to thank them because they have done execute projects in certain places which I have visited. And I have seen the project that they have done. The project is very excellent. So we wanted them to do the same projects that they did in some part of this country. Once more, we thank the Minister of Works and his team for making sure that today it has become reality that we will use this opportunity to commission this project for the benefit of all of us. Thank you, and God bless all of us. Let me also thank Mr. President. Apart from this superhighway, there is also a red line from Sokoto to Badagry. So this project is a multi-purpose project. Our people can use the superhighway, and at the same time, by God's grace, they are going to use rail for the transportation of goods and services, especially to our northern state. Thank you, and God bless all of us.
Thank you very much.
Yara na goye wai muna aiki na tituna kowa ya kiyaye sai kaura wai muna gyaran kwalbatoci babu hawaye waye yabba mata jari a jiha ku faɗa min sai kaura waka yin ziyara duk sati ku ƙara faɗa min waka ba matasa jari don kasu tafiyo sai kaura waye ba mu taki mai noma shi ne sana'armu waye da matasa ya kai waje don kare haƙƙinmu waye ce mu rungume APC a wagga jihar mu waka yin ziyarar asibiti don duba maraji waye rike mulki mai ilimi kuma babu irin shi waye tsofaffi ke kukan ya fito su raka shi waye jama'a jama'ar Kebbi ke murna daga sun ji zuwan shi. Waye momi ta Nasir ke ta faɗin na yaba shi. Jama'ar Kebbi na ji suna cewa su za su taya shi. Su ne masa fatan alkhairin Allah ya tsare shi. Nasir ya gwamna wani da baya rage shi. Jama'ar Kebbi yau kowa ya fito mu kara rike shi. Wake raba mota kamar mashin ba don a faɗi ba. Wake raba babur ba adadi na kara gaya ma. Wai mu da komai muke bina birnin mu da daji. Shi ya gyara dukkanin mu. Kaura da Atiku banin shawa. Wanga kiɗan Atiku da Kaura ne. Kowa a cikin sunan Kebbi gwarzo ne. Dattawa masu san mu da samu ne. Kullum burin su ci gaba dai shi ne. Daga Kauran Gwandu na yi mana ayyuka. Ya cika alkawura gare mu da ya ɗauka. Muna addu'a Allah ya yi mishi albarka. Baba Atiku ba gudu mun gode. Zuwan ka minista a gunmu kofa ta buɗe. A idon mu yana ta yaɗe. Yusuf Zalloto ni nake yin baituka. Nazarin harshe kiɗan gada na doka. Mai sauraro ka bani aron kunne ka ji baitukan gada min shirya. To ku faɗa musu loto ne. Na gode. Kaura da Atiku gwanin shawa.
Baban Haji baban gida mai halin nagarta.
Ɗaukar nauyin waka Alhaji Mustapha Aminu Gulumbe tare da Alhaji Babangida Aminu Gulumbe. Alhaji Yusuf Zalloto ne. Jam 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 jam. Familin Gulumbe Alhaji Aminu Gulumbe muna yaba ma. Abba ga Alhaji Mustapha da baya zamba. Baban Haji Babangida mai halin nagarta.
Familin Gulumbe Alhaji Aminu Gulumbe muna yaba ma. Abba ga Alhaji Mustapha da baya zamba. Baban Haji Babangida mai halin nagarta. Familin Gulumbe Alhaji Aminu Gulumbe muna yaba ma. Abba ga Alhaji Mustapha da baya zamba. Baban Haji Babangida mai halin nagarta.
Allah iya mini dan kai kake iyawa. Kai mini tsarin sharin masu yin adawa. Mai fita abun Allah na ga bai rasawa. Kunka ne nake nema kai nake wa bauta.
Familin Gulumbe Alhaji Aminu Gulumbe muna yaba ma. Abba ga Alhaji Mustapha da baya zamba. Baban Haji Babangida mai halin nagarta.
Allah akanin ka salati gurin nabiyu. Wannan da yan murkushe masu daura layu. Annabu nake zance mai tausan marayu. Alihi kasa da sahabban da ba su cuta.
Familin Gulumbe Alhaji Aminu Gulumbe muna yaba ma. Abba ga Alhaji Mustapha da baya zamba. Baban Haji Babangida mai halin nagarta.
Zana fara baiti na gun farin masoyi. Dattijo mai asali baba wallakayi. Wanda duk ya zo gunka baba zai ji sanyi. In ina da kai baba Aminu ban kadaita.
Familin Gulumbe Alhaji Aminu Gulumbe muna yaba ma. Abba ga Alhaji Mustapha da baya zamba. Baban Haji Babangida mai halin nagarta.
Wai ina gwanin wani gana